So today I'm going to demonstrate how to do Bharatanatyam makeup. So my face is washed and I've applied sunscreen underneath. Now I'm going to start with a bun stick, and you need a blender as well. So I bought these sponge blenders, these ones. You can easily get them on Amazon or anywhere, like any beauty store, you'll be able to get this. So this one, I think I got it for $6.95 or $7 on Amazon. So I'm going to start, because my skin tone is kind of light, so I'm going to start with 25. This is Mifi. So I've started applying just around, and make sure you get into the close to the hairlines as well. And don't forget to put something on your neck so you don't have a drastic difference between your face and neck. Okay, now you take the blender and you can start blending it. So if you have a lot of dark circles, I will apply a little bit of concealer over this pen stick. Sometimes you have to apply several layers in order to cover up. So I've just applied a very thin layer. Now what I do is I'll take this Mifi pancake and I'll just add a little bit of water. Okay, take this out and I'll just add a little water here, okay, to make the sponge wet. Then I'm going to take just a little bit, made a mess, okay, and just dab it here. Not too much, because I do have a little bit of dark circles, okay. After this, I'm going to apply more pan stick. So, and after applying this, you have to let it dry. Otherwise, things won't blend well. So now you see I've applied some here. Now you have to blend it carefully. Okay, it's fairly even. Now I'm just going to let it dry for a minute before I apply a little more pen stick. What's after pen stick? Pen stick. I'm going to apply just a little bit of bronzer like this. Then I will take the blush, any kind of pink blush here. Then you apply the blush. I'll show you how. So now it's mostly dry. I'm going to put a little more pen stick. So today the performance is not exactly auditorium, like a Sabah performance. So I don't need to layer on so much thick makeup. Normally when you have a Sabah performance, you want to do like a more detailed makeup. But for my purpose today, I don't need to do that much of makeup because we don't have like proper stage lighting like a Sabah would have. Okay, so I've just applied a little bit more pen stick. So now I'm taking this blender. I'm going to blend it again. You want to take all the hair out of the way so you don't get it on your hair. I think it's blended pretty well now. Neck. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit of this pancake. Again, I need some water. I'm just gonna dab it gently under my eyes here. Okay, then I have to again blend this. Okay, let's take a look. It's looking pretty decent. Once this layer is done, you want to start putting blush or some bronzer if you want. What I typically do is I would like to apply some bronzer. So this is a bronzer I use. Then I'm going to take a brush. So I just put some bronzer on my face here. So you have a little nice shine on your face. Otherwise it looks very flat. Sometimes people use like glitter. I don't like to use glitter because they get everywhere and they get on your clothes. And a lot of times these glitters are not really good for you. They contain toxins. Even this might do. So you want to check your makeup before you apply to your skin as well. If you have kids, I tend to get all natural makeup for the kids so that no toxins are going to their little growing bodies. Okay, then again, I just noticed I have this little white spot under my lips, so I'm going to just apply and blend a little bit more. Okay, I think now it looks a little more even. One thing though, you want to highlight your nose, especially my nose is not very high, so it would be nice to have some kind of a contour on your face. So anyhow, after the bronzer, I apply the blush. But before I apply the blush, I have to clean this brush. Otherwise, the bronzer will come. How I clean it, I just take some paper towel and I just wipe it off. If you wash it, then you cannot use the same brush immediately. So what I do is I just take, some tissue or paper towel and just wipe it off like that. Now you take your blush. Any pink blush will do. So I use this one I just got on Amazon. This is a very pink blush. So what I learned is that you want to take this blush and you want to go up like this, not don't do this, like blend like this. You take this and you pull it up like this, okay? This side is a little hard because I don't have good control on my left side. So I've tried my best to pull up. Not sure if it's, yeah, you can see the blush, okay? And from the makeup workshop, I have learned you also want to take some blush and just go down your nose like this. There's a specific way of how makeup artists do the nose. I don't exactly follow their method. What I typically do is I take some darker shade of eyeshadow, I draw a couple lines here, then I'll blend them. So I'll show you how this works. I think it's overall needs a little more foundation here because there's like a difference between this color and around my mouth. So I have to use a little more pen stick. That should be enough. Now you blend it, okay? Now it's looking more or less decent, okay? And you can see this nice blush here. And now I want to do the nose. But before I do the nose, you can take like a brush, even bigger than, this is too small. These brushes are also small. These brushes I got it in India. I don't think it's suited for this. So for now, just take a small brush, okay? Clean the brush before you apply the color. Because see, I have other colors on the brushes and you don't want that color get onto your face. So I have this makeup eye seek, like a palette. It has all these different shades. So for the nose, I like to use kind of a slightly darker shade than my skin to kind of highlight the contour of the nose. So I guess I'll try this color, this shade. This color is too light. Okay, I'll try a darker shade. Let's try this color, this one. Okay, this is a good color because you want it to be darker than your skin color to kind of highlight your nose. Now we'll blend it, don't worry, because it looks really weird right now. It looks like we have two big lines on the side of our nose, but don't worry, that will go away as we blend. Okay, now put this away. Now we'll take our sponge. We're going to just blend it. Let's see how this works because this is my first time trying something like this. So it might look slightly weird. So I've seen makeup artists in India, what they do is they use some gold shade to highlight the nose. So for that, you need a clean brush. What you can do is you can take a brush like this. Actually this, yeah, something like this. And you take a gold color. Let's see if I have gold. You can try this color here. This is actually a little brown. I don't exactly have gold. This one is gold, but it doesn't really work. So I'll try this color, this shade here. Then I just go down my nose like this. Just one line like this. And then you can even use your fingers to blend. So I just use my finger and dab, and I blend like this. So it gives like a shine on your nose and to highlight basically your nose like that. For a stage is good because you can see the shine here when you have proper stage lightings. Okay, I think my face is more or less ready for the eye makeup. Okay, so for the eye makeup, what I do is I take this fine tip liquid eyeliner. I do the outline of the eyes first, then I fill in with this kajal. This is Maybelline Tattoo Studio. So I bought on Amazon for, I think, $10 or something like that. Okay, so now when I'm going to do the hard work of putting the highlight on my eyes, then I will fill it in with the kajal. And the other thing I forgot to mention is that from the makeup workshop, I have learned the wing of the eye should extend towards the ear here, okay? So until you extend this towards the ear, not too much up the wing. As you can see, it's smudged a little bit, so I have to... Actually, what I forgot to do is I forgot to apply eyeshadow before I did the eye makeup. So let's just wipe this off and quickly do some eyeshadow before we do our eyes. Again, I like to take this palette. They're all different shades of brown and also red. So I take kind of a close to skin color like this color, okay, first. And I'll apply on my eyelid to give it kind of a matte look. Matte, not mad. Matte look, okay? Then you have to blend this, okay? So what I like to highlight when I do the eyeshadow, I like to highlight this bone right here because that's where the crease of the eye meets. So you want to highlight this. I mean, if you have, for example, a lot of Asian eyes, this will not even apply because their eye shape is different. So now I've done that, I'm going to take a darker shade. I'll take this color here, okay? Then I'll just put it over the matte color. Or oftentimes what's weird is that you see this brow area here above your eye, it's kind of white. So you also want to apply a little bit of shadow there as well. But before you do that, you need to clean your brush. Okay, so for that, I'm going to apply just a little bit of this color for this brow area, so it doesn't look so different from the rest of your face. Because right now my skin looks kind of, what is this color? I don't have a word for this color. It kind of slightly orange and slightly kind of brownish kind of a color. So you don't want this area under your brow to look too different from the rest of your face. Okay, I think that looks good. You can even use your hands to blend it. Okay, good. Now you want to take some red color to put like the eyeshadow on your, like a little bit of red color on your eyeshadow, on your eyes. So I take this red, okay, and I apply some red here to give it like kind of a dramatic look. See, again, I do the same thing on the other side, and you blend it a little bit. So now I've applied some red. Okay, as you can see, it looks dramatic. Okay, I think eyeshadow is done. This is not how typically Bharatanatyam makeup is done. This is how I do my makeup. Now you're ready for your kajal. Okay, so for the contour, for the outline, I use this blackout waterproof. Actually, it's not really waterproof, to be honest, but this is very black, so it will give your eye a very dramatic look. So you want to just outline it first, then fill in with the kajal. Okay, now the eye makeup is more or less done. What I do is I will apply a little bit of mascara because my eyelashes are very short, and then I'll do the eyebrows. Sometimes when you curl your eyelashes, it takes a little bit of the kajal off, so I have to put a little more kajal on there. Okay, good. Now I put just a little bit of mascara. I don't like to use fake lashes because when you take them off, they take off your real lashes too. As it is, I don't have much lashes, so I don't like to use them. And I don't think it's necessary to, because we're not trying to do Bollywood dance, right? So it doesn't need to be so glamorous. Okay, yeah, that's good. And just a little final touch up with the kajal. This kajal is quite nice, actually. It's a paste kajal, like I mentioned, so it goes on quite smoothly. Okay, good. Then your kajal is done. You can clean your brushes and put them away. Otherwise, you leave a huge mess behind yourself. Okay, now you can do your eyebrows. Okay, eyebrows, you have to blend it. Okay, so I have a blender here, these brushes. So you can take this one and use that as a blender for your eyebrows. Okay, so first I take this crayon, what do you call it? Crayon pencil. Then you go over your existing brow just to make it a little darker. Then when you get to the tip of it, you want to extend it a little bit more to meet your kajal here, your eyeliner. You can see that. I'm going to blend it afterwards. First I will do all the eyebrows, then I'll blend it afterwards. Okay, now I'm going to do the blending. Actually, I have another blender somewhere in here. I use this one. Okay, so eye makeup, face makeup is done. Now we're going to do our hair, how to apply the bindi, how to draw the white lines around it, and how to do our hair. Okay, now I'm going to do my hair. So first thing, you have to part your hair in the middle. Take my comb, I brush my hair. Then my hair is parted on the side, so I have to repart it like this. Then what you do, you take your hair, you have to make a braid that goes down. Nowadays they have these new technologies. This is a clip-on, has a flower and wrap with you already, so it makes it get ready a little simpler. So what I'll do is I'll just braid. Today, for the first time, I'm going to try this new thing. So this is supposed to go over the braid. So this is entirely clip-on. So you just open like this. Let's see if it can clip on nicely. So it should go like this. It's loosely on, so it has to be tight. I feel like the clip is a little big because I don't have very thick hair. So let's see, like this. Now let's clip it. Yeah, it's kind of loose, so you have to still secure it with pins. See, it just hangs like this. So We'll try again. So what I'll do is I will use a scrunchie for my braid just to secure it so it's not so loose. Then I'll try that again. Okay, now you take this again, it's crooked. It's not in the center. It has to be in the center. So have to be redone. Okay, again, I'm trying this. It's on. However, I think it looks a little odd. Maybe it'll be all right. Okay, then you take your fake braid. So I've tied a little string here. What you would do is you would I normally tie my hair because my hair is very slippery. So if you don't tie it, it will not stay. So I first tie it here before I start braiding so it doesn't come loose. As you can see here, I've tied it. Now I take this fake braid, right? So I've tied a little string here. What I'll do is I take the string. Okay, so I tied it several times, so I don't think this will be loose now. So now I'm going to braid my hair. So I'd like to see how I'm braiding it. So I bring my hair to the front like this. Then now, see, these are kind of, the hair is kind of tangled. See the hair where the real hair got over? It's you can see it's sticking out a little bit. Don't worry, we'll use strings and tie it so it won't look messy like this. So you just braid to the end and then you can attach your gongzhelong. Okay, this is enough. What I usually do is I take a scrunchie, I just secure it here. Then you can take your rakodi and the string and tie it. So I've just twisted this rakodi around and onto my hair like this. However, you have to secure it. So what I'll do, I'll use a scrunchie to secure it. This is now how traditionally it's done. This is just my way of doing things. I don't think there's a correct way to do it. However it works for you will be the best way that works for you, right? So there's no set way of doing things. It's just what works for you and what's most efficient. So I find the scrunchies to be more efficient than the strings. Although sometimes you get these kind of tangles, it can be a little hard. Then you can come in with a string and secure it. After you're secure with scrunchies, you can go in with some strings and tie it around here. Then you have your rakodi like this. Okay, done my hair, and I've also secured the flowers like this. So my back looks like this.